Imagine plucking fresh basil leaves from your indoor garden to toss into your pasta, or snipping a sprig of rosemary to roast with your chicken. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? The beauty of having fresh herbs at home is not just about the convenience. It's about elevating your meals with homegrown flavors and finding joy in the simple act of gardening. Welcome to the ultimate guide to growing herbs indoors, where you'll learn how to have fresh flavors at your fingertips year-round. To start our indoor herb journey, let's shed some light on the subject. Quite literally, light is crucial for plants, as it powers photosynthesis, the process by which they convert water and carbon dioxide into the food they need to grow. When it comes to indoor herb gardening, lighting is key. It's not just about having light, but also about the quality, intensity, and duration of that light. You'll need to strike a balance to ensure your herbs flourish. One option is natural light. If you have a well-lit windowsill that gets at least 6 hours of sunlight a day, this could be the perfect spot for your herb garden. But remember, not all windows are created equal. South-facing windows typically get the most light, while north-facing ones get the least. But what if you don't have an ideal window spot? Don't worry, technology has got us covered. Artificial lighting can be just as effective, if not more so, than natural light. Fluorescent lights are a popular choice. They're efficient, affordable, and emit a good spectrum of light for plant growth. They're particularly good for herbs like basil, parsley, and dill. Then there are LED grow lights. These are more expensive, but they're super efficient and long-lasting. They emit light in the specific spectrum that plants use most efficiently for photosynthesis. LED lights are great for herbs that need a lot of light, like rosemary and thyme. When positioning your plants, ensure they're close enough to the light source without getting too hot. A good rule of thumb is to place them about 10 to 12 inches below the light. Also, don't forget to turn off the lights. Yes, you heard right. Plants need a period of darkness each day to rest and respire. So, aim to give your herbs about 14 to 16 hours of light per day. Remember, light is life for your indoor herbs. Get this right and you're halfway there. Now that we've lit the way for our herbs, it's time to talk about water, the lifeblood of any plant. Watering is an art form, a delicate balancing act that can make or break your indoor garden. Your herbs' thirst levels can vary, depending on their type, the environment they're in, and the size of their pot. Let's start with some common herbs. Basil, for instance, loves a good drink but hates soggy feet. Water it thoroughly once the top inch of soil has dried out. On the other hand, rosemary, thyme, and oregano originate from the Mediterranean, and they prefer things a little drier. For these, wait until the top 2 inches of soil are dry before watering. Mint is a thirsty herb, so don't let it dry out too much. It's a common misconception that more water equals happier plants. This couldn't be further from the truth. Overwatering is a leading cause of plant demise. It can lead to root rot, a plant disease that is often fatal. The key is to water deeply, not frequently. This encourages your herbs to develop deep root systems, which makes them more robust and less susceptible to disease. On the flip side, underwatering can also be a problem. Your herbs will start wilting or turning yellow if they're not getting enough H2O. Balance is essential here. So how do you strike this balance? A simple trick is to stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Another useful tool is a moisture meter, which can give you a more accurate reading of your soil's moisture levels. Having a watering schedule can also be beneficial. However, remember that this schedule isn't set in stone. Adjust it according to your herb's needs, the season, and your home's humidity levels. Remember, consistency is key. Your herbs don't appreciate wild swings in their watering schedule any more than you'd appreciate an unexpected cold shower. With proper watering, your herbs won't just survive, they'll thrive. So don your gardening gloves, grab your watering can, and get ready to quench your herbs' thirst. They'll thank you for it with fresh, flavorful growth all year round. Light and water set, let's dive into the world of herbs. As diverse as they are delightful, herbs offer a cornucopia of flavors and fragrances. But some herbs are more suited for indoor gardening than others. Let's uncover the mysteries of some popular indoor herbs and their care requirements. First up, we have basil, a versatile herb that's a staple in Italian cuisine. Basil loves warmth and sunlight. Place it near a sunny window where it can bask in at least 6 hours of sunlight each day. Keep the soil consistently moist but avoid waterlogging. Next, we have rosemary, a robust herb with a distinct piney flavor. Unlike basil, rosemary is drought-tolerant and prefers its soil on the drier side. It also needs 6 to 8 hours of sunlight daily, so find a sunny spot and water sparingly. Then there's thyme, a delicate herb with a subtle, earthy flavor. Thyme enjoys a bit of both worlds. It needs plenty of sunlight but prefers its soil slightly dry. A rule of thumb for thyme, pardon the pun, is to let the top layer of soil dry out between watering. Now let's talk about parsley, a bright, fresh herb that's more than just a garnish. Parsley is not as demanding when it comes to light, but it does appreciate a consistently moist soil. Last but not least, we have mint, a refreshing herb that's as vigorous as it is versatile. Mint is a hardy herb that can thrive in both sunlight and shade, but it does prefer its soil to be consistently moist. Each herb is unique, not just in flavor and fragrance, but also in its care requirements. Some herbs love basking in the sun, while others can do with a bit of shade. Some herbs prefer their soil consistently moist, while others like it slightly dry. As you navigate the world of indoor herb gardening, remember these preferences. With this knowledge, you can choose the herbs that suit your lifestyle and taste buds the best. Now comes the most satisfying part of indoor herb gardening: harvesting. The moment your green fingers have been waiting for. All the care, patience, and dedication you've poured into your indoor herb garden are about to pay off in a big way. And what's the payoff, you ask? Fresh, flavorful herbs right at your kitchen's reach. So how do you know it's harvest time? Simply put, when your herbs look lush, green, and vibrant, it's time to reap the rewards. But let's get a bit more specific. For most herbs, the best time to harvest is just before they flower. This is when their flavor reaches its peak. For herbs like basil, you want to harvest when the plant reaches about 8 to 10 inches tall. For rosemary and thyme, wait until the plant is blooming before you start harvesting. Now, on to the how. You might think that harvesting is just a case of snip and serve. While it's not rocket science, there's a method to the madness. Always use a sharp pair of scissors or a pruning shear to make clean cuts. This helps the plant heal faster and continue growing. When harvesting, always aim to cut about 1/3 of the plant's growth. This might seem like a lot, but it will actually stimulate new growth, ensuring a continuous supply of fresh herbs. Make your cuts just above a set of leaves, where 2 branches meet. This way, the plant will branch out from this point and become bushier over time. Remember, different herbs have different harvesting needs. Some herbs like basil, mint, and parsley can be harvested frequently and heavily as they grow rapidly. Others like rosemary, thyme, and oregano need a bit more time between harvests to regenerate. So, there you have it. Simple, right? With these tips, you'll be able to maintain a healthy, thriving indoor herb garden that not only adds a touch of green to your home, but also produces fresh, flavorful herbs all year round. And there you have it, fresh, flavorful herbs right at your kitchen's reach. Let's quickly recap our journey into indoor herb gardening. We've embarked on an enlightening journey, haven't we? We've learned that the secret to flourishing herbs indoors lies in providing the right lighting conditions. Just like us, plants need their daily dose of sunlight to thrive. Next, we dived into the essential task of watering our green friends. Not too much, not too little, but just the right amount to quench their thirst. Remember, overwatering is the fastest route to a wilted herb garden, so embrace moderation. We also explored how to choose the right herbs to grow indoors. Whether you're a basil fan or a rosemary aficionado, there's a herb for everyone. And let's not forget about the care these herbs require. A bit of pruning here, a bit of repotting there, and voila, you've got yourself a thriving indoor herb garden. Finally, we tackled the exciting part, harvesting. The culmination of your hard work, where you get to reap the fruits, or rather herbs, of your labor. The joy of plucking fresh herbs right from your own indoor garden. Now that's truly unbeatable. So, are you ready to start your indoor herb garden? With our guide, you're all set to enjoy fresh flavors year-round. Happy gardening!